Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Maury, Pat,
and Dave from the Erie Better Beer Bureau. We're back with the second installment of our Voodoo Barrel Room Collection series. Today we got the second Buffalo Trace, and this is the Buffalo Trace Black Magick. Although there's no alcohol percentage, I think it runs at 15%.
That's what it's been in the past. Kurt said that this time around they're more like 13.5.
Okay, right.
So
I did see on Untapped, if you check this in, it says 13.5.
Yeah.
But I want to say on Beer Advocate it said 15.
Right.
We'll call it 14 to be safe. No. But yeah, 13.5. We'll go with Untapped.
We'll be the judge of that.
This is their Black Magick, their imperial stout, aged in Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels. It was a one-time only brewery release. Basically wait out in the freezing cold to get these beers.
Which all three of us did.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, there's some bourbon in there.
There's definitely a heavy chocolate underneath it, though.
Huge. Yeah, huge chocolate, huge bourbon.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, definitely.
Yes. And there is that earthy, oaky, dirty smell to this beer, too.
Some huge tannin, like oak barrel tannins in this one.
Maybe just a touch of dark fruits, because there's a sweetness
I'm
there.
definitely
You know what I
dark
mean?
fruits,
There's some dark fruits there.
Actually, the chocolate's more of a cocoa.
Yeah.
Not really a chocolate.
It's definitely a hefty smelling beer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm even getting like a touch of coffee. Not a lot, but just like a little.
Like a bitter smell.
Yeah,
like
just
a
like
earthy,
a little
bitter
earthy
smell.
bitterness.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. Cheers, guys. Oh, I love the mouthfeel on this beer.
Wow.
For a barrel-aged imperial stout that clocks in at 13.5%, the mouthfeel is just outrageous. I mean, it's pretty thick.
It's real. It's a full. I'm gonna even say this is a full mouthfeel beer.
And between the aging and the alcohol level in this, that's amazing.
Right. I mean, and these were aged. I mean, we're not talking a few weeks.
18 months, I believe, in the barrel.
I mean, a year and a half they spent in the barrels. And for spending that long in the barrel, I'm blown away by the mouthfeel. You would think this was an unaged oatmeal stout by the mouthfeel. And I want to say it drinks a little heavier than 13.5%.
But you feel that 13.5% going down, too.
You do. It has a burn, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's what I would expect out of a beer this high.
It is a sipper, but... And you get a kiss of alcohol for sure.
Yeah.
But
a French kiss.
But yeah, it's definitely a significant, a very noticeable warming sensation going down.
Oh, absolutely.
This one.
I'm getting huge bourbon notes out of this.
Absolutely. And the oak and the barrel.
Right.
Dark chocolate, I'm getting that as well.
There's definitely more coffee in the taste than there is.
I'm getting a little bit of
coffee, especially on the tail end of it. You get the coffee at the end of the taste. It kind of the lingering taste from it. You get coffee.
A little like leathery flavor in there, earthiness.
Yeah, I could see that.
Woody flavor from the oak barrels. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, well after my sip, I'm still like picking out flavors that are dancing around in my mouth here.
The first thing that popped into my head whenever I took a sip of this was bark. Like
I will give you that
taste to it.
It has an earthiness to it, so I can see that bark that you're talking about. I definitely can.
With this one, I'm going to go 4.75. I'm struggling to find a downside to this beer. It's got an incredible mouthfeel. It's got all the flavors I'm looking for. The bourbon, some vanilla, oak, that kind of barky earthiness that we were talking about. So yeah, I'm 4.75 on this one.
I'm going to have to agree with Dave. I'm also going to give this a 4.75. The roundedness of this beer, there's a pretty dominant bourbon flavor on the front end as soon as you taste this, but as your taste continues, there's just this great evolution of flavors that you get the further into your taste you go. And you taste just this great progression. You get the bourbon, and then you get the woody barky flavor, and then you get a little bit of cocoa, and then you get a little bit of coffee, and then you get it makes this an excellent beer as a sipper. You can sip on this and still taste a ton of different flavors.
Yes.
So I'm really going to have to give this a 4.75. This is an amazing beer.
I'm going to agree with these two guys right here. I mean, and I want you guys to know I'm telling you face to face. I'm not playing Homer here.
No.
Yes, Voodoo is only 40 minutes from us. But Voodoo knocked it out of the park with these beers. And this is a 4.75. 13.5% at least. This, for a beer that's that high in alcohol, it might be the best beer that I've had in that alcohol range.
Absolutely.
I mean, the mouthfeel is out of this world. There's just enough carbonation. It's on the low side, but it's there.
Which I think has been a slight downside to Black Magick in the past.
Right.
People have kind of knocked on the lack of carbonation.
Yes.
And for spending 18 months in a barrel, I still got a ring of fun.
Absolutely.
The body of this beer is amazing for what between the alcohol and the amount of age on it. The amount of body is incredible in this beer.
And it is a sipper, but it's one of the finest sippers out there.
And I'll put it up against. Bring up your best regional bourbon barrel aged stout, and I'll put this head to head with any of them.
I mean, we've drank most of them, and this one is right up there with them.
It frankly stands out almost.
Yeah, so getting a 4.75 from us. Until next time, cheers.